Many people come to church, they are like going to hell, for them it's hell. Hey, I heard before, wow, finally I no need to come to church anymore after confirmation. You must make a decision, principle that never forego the Sunday Eucharist. Sunday come to Mass to worship God and sacrifice the Eucharist is our basic commitment. If you receive confirmation and your mind already thinking coming to Sunday Mass is just an option, I say you are idiot. Love what you choose and choose what you love. Today, I would like to stress on two things only, but I will elaborate it. One is the love of God. The second thing is the blessing of God. I think these two things are very primary and we heard very often, but how many of us really understand what is the love of God all about? What is the blessing of God? So, time to time, sometimes people come to me and say, Father, I'm losing my faith in God. I say, why? Then they say, because whatever I ask, God never answer me. Or rather say another word, by different word, God never give me what I ask for or what I want. Usually my answer is, God will give you what you need and He may not necessarily give you what you want. What you need and what you want is two different things. Your children may ask you something. Sometimes you don't give also, right? Why? Because you know these things are not good for them. So you refuse to give. Same thing. Why I want to tell you all this? Sometimes we don't know what we are asking for. Therefore, we think that God never answers our prayer or God is not present, God is not real. Today the gospel, the readings, let us look at it. I always tell people about these incidents on the multiplication of the loaves and fish, about the number of the people there. There were many people there, 5,000 men, to say nothing of women and children. Men got already 5,000 about, women and children. Those days, one family, how many children? I don't know, 5 to 10 or maybe more than 10. So easily here will be more than 20,000, 30,000. So a lot of people, right? So I always say about the 5,000, the 72, the 12, the 3 and the 1, right? The people who are coming to look for Jesus, they are people, I categorize them as 5,000, means the multitude, the big crowd, and the 72, which is the disciples, and then the 12, the apostles, the 3, Peter, John, and James, right? Special one, closer friend, and then the only one, the beloved disciple, follow Jesus until the foot of the cross. So today, let us look at this 5,000. I always say these 5,000 are the multitude, the crowd. There are so many people there, but not many of them out of the 5,000 are really interested in Jesus. Not really interested in the person of Jesus and care for Jesus. I'm not asking that you need to care for God, but care for the person of Jesus, care for God, what God really can do in our life and what God wants in our life, I mean, that is our basic catechism, is what I used to tell you also. To know Him, to love Him and to serve Him, right? To know Him. Before we get to know Him, we can't love Him. Before we love Him, we can't serve Him also. So that is the basic things. These 5,000, they are not coming to know Him one, Many of them, only the 70 is really come to want to know Him more. Therefore, they ask for more about His teaching, the parables, everything. And Jesus explained to them. So these 5,000 are what? They are like those coming to ask Jesus to do something for them. Just like just now I mentioned about some of our people. They say, I'm losing faith in God because God never answered my prayer. I tell you, if you are like that, then most probably you are the 5,000 that looking for answer, looking for God to do something for you. If He never do something for you, never done, then you will have other options. You will find other options. That is many of us. Look at the readings today. The first reading also is about the prophet telling that there is free food, everything free. God is inviting everyone to His banquet to receive blessing, receive blessing. Therefore, I also told before, all of us, we start from the 5,000, including myself. We start from the 5,000. Somehow we start from asking God to do something for us, but we can't just remain forever as the 5,000. The first reading is about the 5,000. God invite us to come and eat, come and drink, come and receive the blessing that I want to give you. That's for especially those who come for RCIA one. I tell you, I experienced it. I heard a lot of testimony. Their prayer always being answered one, Those who ask God, they start looking for God, searching to know God. They pray whatever, some simple prayer. Even they try to find a parking. Sometimes no parking. They want to ask God for a parking. Immediately they can find a parking one. I'm not making this become very mystical, but God do whatever necessary in His time, in His way. And this will not remain forever and ever like that. And after sometimes, God will give us a lot of homework, a lot of tests, we call tests or challenges in life to bring us to another level. So the second reading is about Paul mentioned in the letter to the Romans about the love of God. Nothing can separate us from the love of God. You can see the two different levels. One, the first reading is about the beginners to look for God blessing. God said, come, eat free food, free drink, come, right? But from the first reading to the second reading is another stage. It's after many years, even Paul, he himself were the persecutor and converted, became the disciples, apostles of Christ, and he have went through all the sufferings and persecution, and he said, nothing can separate me from the love of God. Can you see that? And his faith at that time is different level. So where are we now? Today I tell you all this because we all are in the process of growing into the deeper faith in God and to a deeper understanding, knowing of God's love for us. Many of us, we do not know what is love all about. Therefore, we look for love from people, from human, from things, from the world. And there is no perfect love among human, I can tell you. No perfect one. Even your parents. We hurt one another, Many moments, times that we make mistake, we say a wrong word, we use the wrong word to hurt one another. We do a wrong thing because of selfishness, because of fear, because of want to control, because of anger, lost control, do not know how to have self-control. So, what is love of God all about? Yesterday we have 38 people receive the sacrament of confirmation, and I remind them last week also when the rehearsal time, I remind them, I say, you need to know what you are choosing. You are choosing. Choose what you love and love what you choose. You know heaven, right? Heaven. For the past few weeks, Jesus in the gospel keep mentioning about the kingdom of heaven. We all want to go to heaven, right? And do you know what is heaven all about? Why you want to go to heaven? Of course, in our imagination, in our knowing, heaven is something good lah. Yesterday also I asked someone, they said heaven is no suffering, no pain. This is what we are longing for, Or rather said, heaven is full of love. Are we hunger for love? Yes, definitely we hunger for love. But what are the people doing in heaven, What are people doing in heaven? The saints, the angels, do you know? What are they doing? Eternally, forever and ever, That's why that day I asked the confirmants also, I asked them, I said, do you like to come to church or not? Do you have passion to come to the Eucharist on Sunday, worship God or not? Where are the confirmants today? Are there any confirmants yesterday being confirmed? Today still come to church one? I see him. Yes, because of duty maybe. If no duty, you come or not? You still come, Very good. I believe there are, but just put up your hand, any besides him? Yes, good. No more already. You see? Among the 5,000, only 72, No, I'm not saying that you don't come is a sin. No. Yesterday you fulfilled the obligation already. But the passion, I can't see the passion, When you love someone, yesterday you met your girlfriend already. Today you still want to see her, right? Same one, Therefore I ask, what is the Sunday worship all about? Sunday worship is exactly what going to be in the heaven, day and night. In the book of Revelation said, 1,000 of 10,000 of 10,000 angels and saints, holy people, they are surrounding the Lamb of God. They are singing perpetually, unceasingly, day and night, holy, holy, holy. In heaven is perpetually worshiping God. If you can't enjoy the worship in church now on earth, you won't enjoy in heaven. As simple as that. Therefore, I tell you, many people come to church, they are like going to hell, for them is hell. Hey, I heard before, wow, finally I no need to come to church anymore after confirmation. Not your batch, not your batch. I still seeing people living before the final blessing. I don't know whether they are kurang ajar or I did not ajar. I think I ajar many times, right? I taught many times, I told many times. I saw a lot of children, catechism children going off. So catechists, please do your work. Make sure them know what is happening. And that's why I said, yesterday also I told the confirmants, I said, if you today receive confirmation, and your mind already thinking, later I may not come to church. I already plan, coming to Sunday Mass is just an option. Sometimes can come, sometimes don't come one. I said, you are idiot. Then better don't confirm lah. You understand or not? If you want to marry a girl, then you marry the girl, then your mind is thinking other people, Then why are you married? Idiot lah, idiot. So, First Holy Communion is coming. If those children are not coming regularly to Mass, Sunday worship, I won't give First Holy Communion. Catechists, please take note. Because there is no point. What is First Holy Communion? That means you really eager to receive Jesus, And if this First Holy Communion Sunday only you come to church and receive Jesus, then after that you don't come, what is the point to receive First Holy Communion? True or not? So, if you are not ready, can wait. I'm not rushing to give you First Holy Communion or even confirmation, If you are not coming to church regularly, no need to be confirmed. I know a lot of parents, now your children is attending the Chinese catechism, you are Mass here, then afterward you go home. Your children are not coming for the Eucharist. So that is not the way. It's your responsibility, parents, for this moment to cultivate their love for God, If they can't cultivate, they can't develop that love, then surely got something happen, something somewhere go wrong. So we are not rushing to give communion or confirmation also. So please take note. Sometimes we take things for granted, take things for not easy, So this is what I want to say. And the love of God is we need to nurture and we need to cultivate. Okay? You must make a decision, principle that never forego the Sunday Eucharist, Sunday Mass. If in the future you go for further study, if the country no church one, you better change your plan. God priority, not your study. Sunday come to Mass to worship God and sacrifice the Eucharist is our basic commitment. If you cannot do that, idiot, love what you choose and choose what you love. Because coming to church for them is like hell. Marriage, you marriage people, you because of love for one another, therefore you get into marriage, right? Any cases, even though you don't have love for one another, but you still, because of certain reasons, then you, never mind, married lah, God or not. Unfortunately, there are, and fortunately, some cases like that, then they develop into a good marriage lah. But many tajadi, and many people, they get married, then they find out marriage is like hell. Why? Because they don't love anymore. Love is a choice. Love is a choice. Love is not a feeling. Love is a choice. Just like you love your children, even though they do wrong things, they hurt you, but you still love them because you choose to love them, continue to love them. They hurt your feeling, your feeling pain, is real pain, but you still love them because they are your children. So you continue decide want to love them. But very often, husband and wife very fast we give up. I don't know why. You have to think about that. Why the love of husband and wife are so fragile. So fragile. Unlike parents' love towards their children can hold so long, even though there are a lot of pain there sometimes. It's worth thinking about that. Okay, why I tell you all this? Love of God. Love of God. There is nothing can separate us from the love of God. And this is very, very important because the perfect love only we can find in God. God is love. God is equal to love. Love is God. God is love. So my brothers and sisters, the reason is very often, many times in our lives, we look for love without God. We try to looking for love through many other things, and we got hurt, we got suffering pains all over. Last week, got people send me a video about the boy committed suicide in Penang, right? The video that he last word for he committed suicide was pain. When I look at the video also, I feel very painful because of suffering, pain. If you don't enjoy or you don't love that, sometimes, in our life, surely we got a lot of issues, even our faith. What I want to say is some people may not enjoy coming to church, like just now what I said. they don't have the love for God, and they did not experience the love from God. Surely there are circumstances. Either they are not experience love from family also. They are not able to see good witnesses. They are not able to have correct, right values and teaching. But that's everything in God's time. Don't force yourself. I always say, if at this moment you are not ready, then don't commit yourself into something that you think is suffering. Important is, later I will talk about the blessing. Therefore, I will say the sacrament of First Holy Communion, confirmation, you have a choice. If you are not ready, don't take it. Otherwise, it's burden for you. For many people in school, if they are not able to study, parents surely will not force them, right? But I don't know, some parents, they force them too much. That's why they stress out. That's why a lot of sad story we heard also. But God will never let go us. God will never forgo us. He will always with us. The second part is the blessing. That's why I want to talk about. We never lose hope and lose faith. We may not able to see God give us what we want, but we'll never lose faith. I gave to the confirmants one very important advice. I said, learn to be humble. Learn to be humble, not only for the confirmants, for all of us, including myself. Humble humility is where the things are to receive blessing. A humble person will always be able to get God blessing. A prideful person, no blessing. I can tell you straight. Humble humility is very, very important. The world always talk about luck. When you buy 4 ekor, you got luck. For me, there is no luck. For us Christians, there is no luck. Everything is about blessing. When we change a perspective of blessing, we need to do something for blessing. What does it mean? When blessing come, when rain came from the heaven, we need to go and get something to receive the rain. If we are just standing there doing nothing, the rain just flow through. Humility is the thing that we can hold the rain. A prideful person will never ever be able to receive blessings. What I want to say is, sometimes in our lives, do we need to be so prideful? That's why I give advice to young people. I say, towards your parents, yes, you may disagree about your parents, but do you need to use that way, the way of speaking, the way of expressing yourself? Do we need that necessary? Is it necessary? There are so many things, so much to learn. So never be a prideful person. So let us today hear, Jesus was there to heal, to teach, but at the same time, he saw the people. There are so many different type of people, but he still continue to give himself to us. And that is the love of God for all of us, because he knows that all of us have our own time. Amen.